We built every stick here. We got a hold of this place in '74. My dad started the saddle shop in 1942 here in Kearney. But my dad, he had a bad heart and he was gonna have to close the shop in '72. He come down to the ranch we was at and he said, well, I don't think we can make it, but if you want to try it, move to Kearney and get in the shop with me, and I've been here ever since. To me, it takes more than wearing a big hat and letting your feet hang down to be a cowboy. But we used to have some huge ropings here back in the '80s, and there was a lot of fun. We had, well, same bunch every week, you know, came, and there would be at least 200 teams. We'd rope till 2 in the morning sometimes. And Mike, of course, was raised here. He never knew anything but this place. And rode all up and down this river everywhere. And so it just got in his blood. And
well, it was a fun child life. I grew up with horses my entire life. I was on a horse since I was 6 months old. Moved into showing horses and 4-H, roping. I was definitely around the saddle shop a lot with my parents working that shop, and really got to see a good culture of country and cowboys and just good down-to-earth people.
Allows two people. We go to Mike Henderson and John Schur. The time that they're chasing after is a 7.1. That's what we've seen as the fastest time. John Weber and Justin Bader had that 7.
Didn't really get very competitive until my junior year of high school, when I competed in high school rodeos. Had some fair success that first year, ended up at the Nebraska State High School Finals, and then we carried on after high school and competed in the Mid-States Rodeo Association. We weren't extremely serious because we both had full-time jobs, so it really went more to a weekend hobby, but still a competitive hobby. I've always looked at horses and the Western lifestyle as just that, a lifestyle. And I guess at a young age, I really embraced it. I think the only way I can really put it is love. I love to ride horses. I love to be around horses. I love to compete. And then even beyond that, now that some years have gone by, I've got my daughter that also shares that love of horses and wants to be involved, so that's another driver for me.
When I was little, my dad kept putting me on and kept me riding with him, so I really just wanted to keep doing that with my dad because it was fun to go out and ride with him, like along the river. And since I was probably 5 or 6 months old, he would always put me on a horse with him and take me basically everywhere on a horse. And as I grew up, my love for horses just kept getting bigger. And
Madeline has lived and breathed horses ever since she was big enough to walk. When she was just real little, she ran out in the pasture and a horse just stood there and she pecked his front leg out.
When I was about 7 to 8 years old, which is about the age that you can start 4-H, my dad started talking about getting a horse, so we went to Ohio and we got a mare. 3 years later, I got my horse now, and learning from my experiences with her, it's helped me be a better person, and once I'm in there, I have so much fun because it's what I love to do and it's what I practice for, so it's just my favorite thing to do. I always make it a point to try my best at shows, and if I don't win, I learn. I hope the rest of my family stays in it too, so I can go like ride with my dad later, or you know, go ride with my brother. Just spend time with them and really connect through horses.
I tried to take the same approach as my parents. Be supportive, be encouraging. Definitely had the hope that they would be interested in horses as well, because that's one of my big passions. But at the same token, not wanting to really force that lifestyle either. but definitely extremely happy with the path that my daughter's taking. And as I said, hopeful that my son starts getting a little closer to it. I don't think he's going to have the same level of enthusiasm.
I want to be a cowboy.
Connor hasn't caught on yet, but I think he will.
A cowboy is what they're doing.
Also very excited to see where my daughter goes. She wants to continue working with horses.
I want to be a veterinarian because I've grown up with horses and cattle, and that's what I would want to deal with.
What she's dreamed of since she was a little girl is being an equine veterinary. And we really want to push that because I think she'd be very good at it because horses trust her. She's not scared of them. And we're really looking forward to seeing that happen. Now don't get me crying.
I don't know what the future is for the saddle shop, but the only person that's really good at what he does is my grandpa.
People say, well, I'm 70 years old. And people say, when are you going to retire? I don't want to retire. I'm having fun. I still got a lot of ideas I want to do, you know, and I can't cowboy anymore like I used to, but I'm still a part of it by what I do.
He's gonna pass it down to my dad, Michael, and then my dad, Michael, will pass it down to me and Maddie, and then we'll take care of it.
I think it's chapter to chapter throughout life and just building that lifestyle. And it would be impossible for me to become distant from that.
I would hope that once I have a family, I would hope that they would all want to be in it because I feel like horses really hold a family together.
Yeah, it's been a great life.
I thought everything when I was a baby was food, so I just chewed on everything, and I ran into the couch once thinking it was an ice cream.
Are you good at rounding up cows?
You just said me! That's a yes. When I was like 3 years old, I thought my mom's shoe was a piece of corn on the cob, so I started eating it. Well, once upon a time, there was this guy named Michael. I wasn't there. I don't even think I was born yet.
No butt shots?